Hello, my fellow people. I'm back. I took like a 2 day break. Been doing a lot of partying, a lot of music, you know what I mean? But today, I have you a new video. This one is gonna be very interesting. I'm excited to pass down the knowledge of people. We all need it in order to survive. For we are the universe, and the universe expands. Amen. Okay, first of all, your eyes, your eyes are a portal. Your mind is the weapon. Too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. Keep that in mind. Choose the frequency you want to live in. Frequencies, frequencies are the moods, are the type of behaviors of people. You can adapt to that frequency, but do not deny other frequencies. See what I'm saying? Like there's hidden frequencies in the world that we have to explore. And if we deny that instinct, then the universe will punish you. And so will Mother Nature. Create your own reality, know your craft, believe in what you know, because if you believe whatever you say you are, then you are that thing. For the words are the molecules, the words are the power. For you are the universe, so the universe has power like the stars and all the cosmic stuff that happens up there. So down here it's the same. How is that saying? As above, as below, something like that. I was watching that video and I heard that. So that's pretty true. You have to experience chaos, sadness, um, pretty much like straight up like experience hell on earth. That's how life is. Because like I said, there's gotta be a balance. Nothing is gonna be, trust me, nothing is gonna be just hell. There's gonna be times where you gonna be in heaven in life. But what happens when you just wanna be in heaven? Being in heaven means that you just seeking that validation. You constantly just want materialistic things because you think that's the real heaven. Constantly like just greediness, wanting more than you need, just power, like money power. And that's not the real heaven. You think because you do that, you're gonna feel in heaven? No. And what's gonna happen is when you die, your spirit then will experience the real hell because you denied it on earth. That's the way I see it. I think it makes sense. That's why so many people die because they follow the path of the perfect life, and there's no perfect life. It's gotta be the imperfect too. For everything is duality. Um, the spiritual world. Oh my God, the dogs are barking. Please stop. I'm recording. Um, the spiritual world will have mercy on the blind. Don't get me wrong. Like people that were blinded that didn't know what the hell is going on. They're just doing things because somebody else told them. They never like had the thinking for themselves feeling. You know what I mean? So the spiritual world will be merciful on them, as well as the innocent people that die in wars. You know, the universe will bring you back to life in a maybe another form or another human. Who knows? Like I don't know. I know there's laws in the spiritual world, and we're all gonna face them someday. So you will be reborn. Trust me. For you die being innocent. Um, magic exists. You are the tree of life. Your hair are how do you branches or leaves? Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But you are a tree. All the hair are the leaves. You know what I mean? For a tree is alive. A tree is part of Earth. You know what I mean? So you are part of Earth. Therefore, uh, exploring other universe is exploring new people. Believe it or not, every time you talk to somebody, you explore another galaxy. You know what I mean? That's why there's galaxies in the world. 'Cause, you know, that creates harmony. That creates, adventure. So explore other universes. Um, you know, when it comes to attraction, pretty much it. Like I said, the tree, right? There's a metaphor. This is my own metaphor. You can laugh if you want, if you think it's silly. But my metaphor for attraction is like you're a tree, right? And the hair are the branches. So you have the strongest branch. You gotta have the strongest branch, right? Uh, There's gotta be out of all my hair, there's gotta be one that's the strongest. You know what I mean? And that means there's gonna be a particular person that you love the most. That when I say you love the most, meaning that you want to procreate with that person. Unfortunately, the branches will fall. That strong branch can become weak if it gets, I don't know, poison or something, and it will fall down. But you know what? You have other branches, and that my friend is called options. So you gotta have options if you wanna attract. You gotta have options because sometimes the main branch that you think is the strongest will become the weakest, and therefore you have to have options. That's real attraction, bro, and that's real love because you love your branches, all of them, right? But there's one that you think is the strongest. But sometimes, like I said, images are deceiving, and sometimes that branch is the one don't want to obey, will fall down. That's why you have more hurt. Uh, of course, we know fake love. It's the ones that seek stability, flexing, boredom, validation, desperation, you name it. You see it every day. Every day when people, I keep telling people getting married, like, no, I'm not against them, but like, I'm just saying the reality. You can see them. You can see it in their eyes. They're just doing it out of like because they're thirsty for like validation and stuff. And it's not a bad thing as long as you know how to control it. Unfortunately, you have suppressed all the negative. The will fucking burst out. I don't have anything against all the people that want the flashy wedding and stuff like that. I don't have anything against that, but I just try to tell you the truth. If every teacher show this video to the students, like in the future, I want them to know the truth. Show them this video because you keep feeding this narrative of like fantasy fairy tales. There's gonna trust me, there's gonna be more cute girls killed by their jealous boyfriends, and I see it every day on YouTube. It is real. You have, like I said, okay. Here's what's interesting. You have to believe in manifestations and synchronicities because they're real. But humans, the stupid humans, they want to put like other words to like cover them. Manifestations and synchronicities are part of the world. For the world is a cycle. It's like that's why there's constellations, there's the horoscope, astrology. I don't know that much. At some point, I didn't believe in that, but now I think it's real. Yeah, I do believe in the horoscope now because the constellations, like I said, I don't know that much about astrology, but I was just recently like getting to know a little bit of it. And yeah, there's patterns that repeat. Like in a year, there's patterns. That's why people that you have created an emotional connection, they will manifest it. How do you say manifest? They will manifest on other humans. Like that's why when you see somebody that reminds you of a person that you love, then you know that there's that connection. Trust me, I've been there. So, like I said, real love creates options for the universe revolves around that. So constantly changing, you know. And the people that are in your mind and your heart, trust me, they will manifest. So that's real love. Do not spread this fucking fake love like forever together. That doesn't exist, bro. Oh, I have another metaphor. When you ask something, like you want something, of course it's gonna happen. You have to put effort. You have patience, perseverance, resilience. All these positive things you gotta have when you ask for something, and the universe will grant it to you. I was recently at my mom's house, and there's a patio, right? There's a bowl, and there's chairs that they have like this little hole where you can get the ball into, right? The hole. That's the goal. You you, you keep hitting the ball, you miss, it hits the wall, it hits the chair, but not it doesn't go through. Hitting the chair means that that's a sign that you're close, but not you haven't ultimately reached the goal, but you're close, right? And when you talk to yourself and you say, "Yeah, I want this," like, oh, you create a meltdown, like how do you say melt pot, like casserole, like you mix the positives and the negatives. You say, "Oh, I wanted this one. No, maybe not that way because it didn't work that way." Eventually, you're gonna find the recipe and the goal. The bowl will go through. That's a this is a good metaphor. When you want things in life, they will not happen right away. You just gotta keep trying, hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. Eventually, boom, confidence. You hit the ball. I believe in that now. You know why I was doing that, dude? You know what's funny? I was actually manifesting a lot of things to the universe, and I broke a pipe of water by hitting the ball so hard. And you know what? Call me crazy if you want. Like I would rather be crazy than being dead for following your stupid rules. The fucking water flew like there was a leakage of water, dude. I got I got scared because I don't work like landscape and stuff like that. So that's not my expertise. So I didn't know how to like turn down the water. You know what I mean? But then I realized, fuck, this was like a type of sacrifice if you want to call it because the earth there was grass that was like how do you say? I think I wrote this one down. Withered. We say in Spanish marchitado, and I think universe was telling me, yeah, I will give you this, but okay, give me some water. That's pretty interesting, dude. Same with evil, dude, because evil exists too, right? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, but like, you see blood out of like you cut yourself or something. Because I've seen this in the movies, and I think, yeah, it is real, and you have to do it for good, not for more evil. Because if you do it for more evil, then you're gonna go to hell, the real hell. Like when you like cut yourself, like you see blood out of you, you say like you wanna sacrifice that blood for something good. You know what I mean? Like, cause say evil has to exist. The good it will exist because when you're angry, dude, you know you have to get angry, and you have to manifest something good. Do not wish nothing bad to anybody. Sometimes we say words out of anger, but then we realize it's not worth it. Like you take it back, like take back your word because you didn't mean it. You said it out of anger. You didn't mean it. At the end of the day, you love everybody. You unlock the sixth sense, meaning you are on a higher frequency. Options are gonna manifest. Uh, yeah, like I said, you can be physically stuck with somebody just because you're good. Like there's no chaos. But your mind is not. Your mind needs chaos. Trust me. Um. Oh my God. I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. I might have something. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, your mind is constantly seeking for like turmoil, like good turmoil, because at the end of the day, you have to stimulate the feeling of wanting to know the unknown. That's pretty much it. I think this was very interesting one. In summary, like I try to talk about a lot in general. Like I don't get stuck in a topic that pretty much making mountains out of molehills. That's a phrase that I learned from a girl. And that's pretty much how girls are nowadays, bro. They always make mountains out of molehills. Excuse my pronunciation and my stuttering. That means there's a lot of girls that they just blinded, dude. They seeking the perfect man. Trust me, there's no perfect man. That's why we call men, because we gotta be bad. We gotta be ugly sometimes. We gotta be grotesque, disgusting, repulsive. Those things gotta exist in a good way, you know? You cannot deny them. You cannot put them on your shadow because they will leak out like a motherfucker. So girls, look a man that with balance. Yeah, there could be a man with little bit of feminine traits, but they also gotta be aggressive. You know what I mean? Like they gotta fucking call you out on your bullshit. That's what a man does. Tell you fuck that. Wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because when you look the perfect man, then you're looking for another woman. That's why there's a clash. That's why there are always girls on girls. They always clash because they want perfection when there is no perfection. So every time you're looking for a quote unquote date, that pretty much is just an experience. And honestly, it will come out naturally. You're gonna know the right man that has some balance. You know, for if you keep trying to seek like the fairy tale fantasy, you will be punished. That's it for today. Share with your friends. At some point, I know my videos are gonna go viral for the few. Cause I don't want fame. If I do get fame, trust me, I'll be the same motherfucker. Thank you. God bless you, everybody.